Hello, welcome to Ruckosaurus Rex, the channel where we review and discuss all things dinosaur and other prehistoric animals. How you guys doing? You see what we got going in front of us? We have a Ceratopsian from PNSO. They've been coming out with a couple Ceratopsians lately. Well, this is the couple, the second one. I did not review the first one, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it came out in mid to late December, at least for me. And I was away on vacation, Christmas holiday, and I had already seen that it was being reviewed by a few other YouTube reviewers of dinosaurs. So by the time I get back from my vacation, I figured that, the been there, done that mentality would have taken effect. So I was like, what's the point of putting in the work of a review, So I didn't. Anyhow, I'm here now with this lady, and I call it lady because the name PNSO has given her is Judith. Judith the Spiclypeus. That's how I pronounce it. I believe there's a different way of pronouncing it, but I'm going with that. I'm going with the way I'm reading it, the way it looks, Spiclypeus. So as you can tell, it's a Ceratopsian. It's a Chasmosaurian Ceratopsian. It lived approximately 76 to 75 million years ago, North America. And, it's very... I should mention that you guys, if you're into dinosaurs, you probably already know, as much as the species that lived about 66, 65 million years ago, as popular as they are, a lot of activity happened between like 75, 76 million years ago. A lot of species, a lot of different types of ceratopsians, a lot of different types of tyrannosaurs all over the place. And I mean, they existed in and around the same time. And quite frankly, they may not have been like next door neighbors per se, as in I look across the pond and I see another species, but in the, kind of the general vicinity in terms of between North America and Canada, and in around the same time frame. It's crazy how that worked out, but just to give you some of that time frame knowledge there, Spiclypeus was estimated to be about 15 to 20 feet long, so it wasn't the smallest. I would put it, I would say small to mid-size. It started to crack the mid-size range of ceratopsians at 20 feet, those that got to that length. So yeah, that's about the size of it. This is PNSO, so you know what we can possibly expect in terms of the paint apps. We'll know once we see the model, the packaging. You got this. Yes, I've got a sticker on there from where I got mine, side, and then the rear. So that's how it goes down. We're going to take a look at Judith momentarily. But before we do, we'll, of course, as always with PNSO, we'll check out the extras that come with their models. Of course, we get the informational booklet that's got a lot of nice artwork of the or illustrations, whatever you want to call them, photo, whatever, of the model. That looks very, very nice. And since I already have the model out, I have to say that the finished product, the one out of packaging, does not match the nice coloration, green coloration of what I'm seeing right there. But you get other things with these booklets. We also, of course, as you know, we get the poster. It's my first time opening it up, so I don't know if it's actual artwork or just toy photography. And that is toy photography. Still looks nice, though. I love that backdrop. It's really good. You've got the Spiclypeus. If I can get it out of the brightness of the lights, is wading in water. So that's pretty. That's a pretty nice diorama shot that we have there. And here's our girl right there, Spiclypeus in all her glory, as I zoom in and get her focused, so to speak. So you see what we got there. Like I said, I don't know if you're able to tell from the poster that I showed just prior, but this, even though it's a green hue, just like the poster, it's not as, I guess the word I would say is vibrant. I mean, it's still greenish, but it looks closer to brown with what I'm seeing in it. I can still see the green, but it's not as evident as it was, in that toy photography there. But still, I love the pose. The pose is pretty nice. She's got her head up. The way her head is up, and when you're looking at how the legs are positioned, she is strolling, and it looks like she's strolling with purpose. Taking a closer look at Judith, as always, the goodness with ceratopsians are always in their skulls, and Judith is no exception. We've got the BD Fenestra artwork there. Looks pretty nice. Kind of like a teal in terms of the blue tint there, and the frill is edged in a brick-like orange kind of color. The same with the orbital horns. And as you've noticed, I'll turn it up like that, you could see the unique positioning of the Spiclypeus horns. They go out, which is something. So I guess when this species was running into issues with the predators, in this case Judith was doing a lot of side swiping, if you will. You've got that same like orange kind of hue on the nasal horn, which is a decent size, so she was doing a lot of butting as well. I like the beak. The beak is very pronounced. You know what I'm saying? She was probably doing a lot of biting. When I look at Spiclypeus, I don't know why, but for some reason, I just get, I think of Spiclypeus like I think of rhinos. Rhinos are some ornery beasts. They have the reputation of being ill-tempered, which is, for an animal, where it's kind of like stereotyping, but yeah, they're like quick to get set off, and probably part of that is because they don't see so well. Speaking of sight, we've got some nice paintwork going on in Judith's eyes there. It's basically like yellow with a black pupil. Pretty nice. That orange, like I said, along the frill, and of course the cheek spikes. Pretty nice. And then going along the body is that you see what I'm saying? You can see the green as the base coat for the paint, but it's not as vibrant. Doesn't seem to be the right word, because it's not like it was just popping in the poster, but it was more evident than we see here. I'm not trying to complain. It's just that I would like for our actual models to emulate what we get with the posters and the artwork when these models get revealed to us. You know what I'm saying? So even though I'm not dissatisfied with the paint job, I have to admit I'm somewhat disappointed because of it. We've got the stripes. The stripes are kind of different from what we normally see. I mean, they still are basically brown, and they go down the tail, and we've got the nice legs, and then of course underneath, very, very smooth, we've got our cloaca check right there. And I'm going to try to get up even closer so you guys can see some of this detail. They, meaning PNSO, they've outdone themselves with the detail on this particular model. I don't know how well it's being displayed with my camera and when you guys see the finished product, but hopefully right here at these hindquarters you could see some of what I'm talking about. You've got the nice scooting action going on there, and there is some, if you look, you can see the nice scalation. Like I said, I'm hoping that this transfers correctly what I'm trying to impart on screen there. I can see some more of scale goodness going on right there, so I think it's pretty nice. And I didn't give you guys the Ceratopsian front shot, so here you go. Very, very nice. Very nice indeed. For comparison, here's the only other Spiclypeus I have in my collection, and that would be the model, or I should say in this case action figure, that came from Creative Beast Studio, aka Beasts of the Mesozoic, and this is their take on Spiclypeus. And since I never got around to reviewing this guy, I figured I'd at least use it for a comparison with our Spiclypeus here. So next to Judith, we have the Lokiceratops. You could see that it's a little bit bigger than Spiclypeus. It was purported to be about 22 feet long. And speaking of size, this model is about, it's a little more than 6.5 inches long. And if you calculate that, trying to get to that 135 scale, see the accuracy there, it comes out to just under 20 feet. So this is definitely accurate and would be considered one of the larger members of that species. And to get an idea of its size next to a 6-foot human or a 135 scale human, this is representative of a 1.8 meter guy. It's our guy whom I call Ian Malcolm because of his black suit. And of course, we have to get a contemporary predator in one of these shots. Here we have the Tyrannosaur Dysplatosaurus. And I, wondering how these two, when you look at their relative sizes, this is just like a, I don't want to call it miniature because these guys weren't small by any stretch of the imagination, but compared to their later and more famous counterparts, meaning Triceratops and Tyrannosaurus Rex, this looks about the same. You know what I'm saying? This is a hell of a confrontation. And I think even more so because the Dysplatosaurus is kind of a slim Tyrannosaur. He's not as bulky as T-Rex. So I think that Spiclypeus probably had a little bit more of an advantage with this particular confrontation. So that's my review on the PNSO Spiclypeus. I failed to mention this is number 87 in the line. So we're getting close to that big 100. I wonder what that's going to be. And I get the feeling unless they, meaning PNSO, goes through just this a deluge of models, I don't think we're going to get to 100 in 2025. But we'll see. You never know. I mean, they're not Howling Good, but Howling Good definitely has zero issues with pumping out the models. So we will see. Anyway, as far as Judith, the Spiclypeus from PNSO is concerned, very nice model. I love it. I love the skull. The frill has some nice decoration going on. I have no problem with the coloration. I know some people are getting thrown off by the brick orange of the frill and the horns. But I'm here for it. And of course, I like that teal blue that we get going down the center of the frill and in between the eyes, as well as the beadies of the fenestra. So I'm loving that. The coloration is still, for me, leaving a lot to be desired. I wish it was a little bit more vibrant. That's the only word I can come up with. And that's only because I got spoiled looking at that poster. But other than that, I mean, it's still, this is typical PNSO in terms of the, we'll call it drab color schemes. It is kind of messed up. I mean, I don't want them to start coming up with these crazy, bright, unnatural looking colors, but I still think it could be spruced up a little bit while maintaining realism. But hey, it is what it is, right? What do you think about this particular model? Do you think this is the second Ceratopsian in a row? Do you think that PNSO is going to be on some Ceratopsian kick like they were with their theropods? Who knows? We'll see. Maybe they're going to be on a herbivore kick. I know they was on that type of kick before, where we were getting different kinds of herbivores. Maybe that'll happen again. Maybe we'll see some, I don't know, ornithopods, because I think they get slighted. We'll get a few hadrosaurian dinosaurs, but there are other ornithopods roaming around, and they are not represented fairly, in my estimation, when it comes to these higher premium models. But who knows? Maybe we'll get that in the near future. So we can only wait and see. Let me know what you guys think down below. Like, share, subscribe. You know the deal. You know the rules. And yeah, until next time, I don't know what's coming out next, but we'll be here for it. So until then, take care, guys. Peace.